Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be trying some new makeup that I'm very excited about. I'm going to be trying the newly reformulated L'Oreal True Match foundation. I am intrigued to see what they did with this one. I also have this new L'Oreal primer for redness that I'm dying to try, and my face is a bit extra red right now because I just did a Dr. Dennis Gross peel pad. I have a new palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics that I am dying to try. It is called the Glamorous palette, and this is so beautiful. First of all, look at the absolutely stunning faux leather packaging and the inside of this one. Woo! I am obsessed, in love. We'll see what I come up with, because the reason I haven't tried it yet is because this color story is a bit like on the very colorful side for me, and I'm a little scared. But Glaminatrix Cosmetics, the only palette I've tried from them before, has an amazing formula that is very easy to blend and very easy to work with. So I'm hoping that even though this is a colorful palette, I have a good experience with it. Besides these products, I also have some boxes next to me that I received in PR, and I will be digging into those boxes for some more new products to use. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is dig into this box right here for some skincare, because I just received this huge package from Caudalie. I have loved Caudalie skincare for a very long time. I learned a lot about it when I worked at Sephora, and they sent me a skincare package based on my skin needs, so I'm very excited to try it. I have this Vino Clean Instant Foaming Cleanser, their Beauty Elixir, which I have used before and I absolutely love. This is such a nice, refreshing, hydrating product, and it's full of antioxidants. They sent a Resveratrol Lift Instant Firming Serum. And then this right here I hadn't seen before, but it looks like it's a Caudalie and Harvard University collaboration. So it has a patented technology. I'm assuming that was developed at Harvard. And it's called The Cream, and it targets 8 signs of aging, and it has TET8 technology, which is what they trademarked, and it also won the Allure Award for 2022, so definitely very interested in trying that. And then they also have an eye cream with that same technology. I'm so intrigued. Besides that, they sent me their Vinergetic C+ Instant Detox Mask, and it says that this tightens pores, removes excess oil, purifies, and it has coffee and grape. So like I said, my face is a little bit red in some strange areas right now because I just did a face peel, and I'm just going to follow that up with this Caudalie Resveratrol Lift Firming Serum. This smells so good. It smells just like fresh herbs, and it's sinking right into my skin. Here's what the eye cream applicator looks like. It's one of these cooling, depuffing ones. So I'm going to squeeze some eye cream up and dot it, and then I'll massage it underneath my eyes. Ooh, that feels incredible. And I'm just tapping in any excess. Lastly, I'm very intrigued with this cream and obsessed with the packaging. Let's see. That felt absolutely incredible, and I looked it up to see if I can share some more information about it because I honestly didn't know about it myself. It says that the TET8 patent is a revolutionary technology clinically shown to target all 8 signs of aging. It has microhyaluronic acid, which replenishes moisture and hydrates for visibly plump skin, and instant tightening sugars from honey locust that tightens in 3 minutes and up to 6 hours. This product is vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free, and comes in recyclable packaging. It says that this patent is backed by 10 years of research, and it's clinically shown to improve visible elasticity, firmness, wrinkles, fine lines, dark spots, radiance, hydration, and plumpness. Wrinkles are visibly diminished for firmer, more youthful looking skin. So both the moisturizer and the eye cream have that technology in them. The moisturizer retails for $129 and the eye cream retails for $85. They also have a serum that retails for $139 in that same line that is different from the serum that I used today. All of that honestly felt incredible. I think I'm going to take them to my bathroom to start using them as part of my nighttime routine. I can't wait to continue using them, honestly, because not only do they sound amazing, but they feel amazing. Anyways, let's begin with my makeup, and I'm going to use this Kaleidos Tone Activator eyeshadow primer. I've been actually reaching for this one a lot lately. I quite like it, and I'm just going to put it all over the eyelid area, but I also take it all the way underneath my brow. So I switched to a more dense brush and I just spread it really nicely all throughout my eyelid area. This is a REPHR number 35. I'm equal parts so excited and so nervous to use this Glaminatrix palette because I don't even know where to begin with these colors. Alright, I decided I'm going to go into the color package here, and I'm going to stamp that color all throughout the crease of my eye. A little bit more, always starting on the outer corner and then moving inwards. I'm going in with that same brush that I applied things with, and I'm blending a little bit more of that color package because I don't want to lose intensity. And I'm feeling better now that I know that it blends out so nicely. So just packing that color in place first once again, and then once there's barely anything on my brush, we blend. So now that I even things out, I'm going in with the color Sweetly right here. Same brush, and I'm going to add it to the inner third of my eye. Right on the inner corner here, I'm blending it into the crease color ever so slightly. And then I'm going to switch to the color Tempting, which is a bit more red based, and I'm going to use this one on the outer third of my eyelid. This is so intense. And then from there, blend it into the crease color as well. I feel like this look took a turn so fast. And I didn't even go in with the super dark color that I was kind of building up my eye to go into this one, but it's so colorful already, I'm scared. So maybe we'll do it later, but for now, I'm going to go into this color Dreamy here. This is this insane duochrome shade that has so much sparkle in it, and it is just such a fantastic looking color. And so with a flat brush, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it right here, not quite in the center of the eyelid, but also not in the inner corner. It's going to be the in-between color, if you will, right here, just tapping it. And the same thing near the outer corner, but not quite, just leaving a bit of a space in the center. For the center of the eyelid, I was debating if I wanted to go super colorful and do the green or the yellow, but I think I'm going to go with the champagne shade, and I'm just going to tap it right in the center here. And this is the color Generous. Yeah, I think that looks beautiful right there. I don't think this look is a super favorite look because I love the shimmers. The shimmers are amazing, but the colors are like intense. I think once my face is covered and even, the eye is definitely going to show up even better, but I'm not the biggest fan of the tones of the matte shades. I do love the tones of the shimmer shades. Maybe I should have gone for the green mattes in the palette rather than the purpley ones, but I can't help it. I do love purple most times. What I just said just made me realize that I do want to use the color Curls, because this is a more cool tone purple, and maybe I'll feel better about this whole look once I add it. So I'm just going to add it to the outer corner of my eye and then very lightly blend it into the crease right here. And I'm using a REPHR number 14 for this. Really small, thin, detail blending brush. One thing Glaminatrix Cosmetics is not playing with is pigmentation. You barely have to touch these mattes and they give you the most pigmentation ever. Very impressed overall with their formula. I'm grabbing a little bit more of the color Dreamy and I'm putting it all the way to the inner corner of the eye because I wasn't liking how it was looking in comparison to the matte shade. It was like a stark difference between the two. So I'm just lightly moving it forward all the way in, and I like that better. Okay, so this colorful intense thing right here is the top of my eye look, and let's go ahead and get started with the complexion product. So this is that new L'Oreal primer that I am trying, and this is going to prevent redness on my face. It says use as the last step in your skincare routine, and it can be used alone or under foundation. It says that it covers redness, and this is made in France. So how exciting. It's got 4% niacinamide in it. So it also has good for your skin ingredients. I'm going to, is that a lot? Maybe that's a lot. We'll see. I'm just going to go for it. And I'm just going to massage it all over my face. I feel like that did help a little bit with the redness, but it's not like it has a lot of coverage either. It just kind of neutralizes things a little bit. Besides that, you do have to be careful like around your hairline and stuff, because you don't want to be looking like Fiona. It kind of dries really quickly, and once it dries, there's no moving it. It's kind of like dry feeling. I was just looking up the product on the Ulta website, which was where I bought it, and it says that it's got good skincare ingredients, and it says that it covers redness and makes your makeup last up to 24 hours, but it doesn't mention anything about mattifying. And I don't know, I just feel like it's not a hydrating product necessarily. Maybe it's not matte, but it dries down really fast. Time to try the newly reformulated L'Oreal Paris True Match Foundation. I have totally used the previous formulation before, but it was probably honestly about 10 to 13 years ago, and I honestly do not remember. I just remember that it was like good, you know, I liked it okay, but I don't remember super specific things about it, especially because back then I didn't have a YouTube channel, so I don't have like a wear test that I can go back and reference. But it's been one of the biggest foundations ever for years, and they just reformulated it. I got mine in the color N3 Neutral, and I'm thinking it'll work. I'm going to blend it today with my Sonia Kashuk sponge, which is a favorite of mine. It's called the Super Blendable Foundation. It retails for $13.99. It says it's a medium coverage foundation, and they have a ton of shades of it that you can choose from. This one is made here in the USA. It says it locks in moisture, provides a medium coverage with a natural finish that adapts to any skin color and texture, super blendable. And it says that 99% of women found their true match. So they have a color for everyone is what they're trying to say. And it doesn't have any alcohol, fragrance, or animal-derived ingredients in the formula. I'm just going to do one pump on each cheek and go from there. And like I said, I'm blending it with my Sonia Kashuk sponge. All right, over on this side too. This foundation is extremely lightweight. It has a really nice liquidy consistency to it. I think I'm going to need a little bit more to get it to the level of medium coverage I like, because I like medium to full. So one more pump spread across my cheeks. So I have 3 pumps on my face right now, and I haven't done my forehead yet. So this is probably going to be a 4-pump foundation situation for me. Let's get the last pump on there and distribute. As far as the shade is concerned, I grabbed the neutral, which is what I usually go for, but it is looking a bit on the yellow side. Oh yeah, it definitely is looking a little bit on the yellow side for me, so maybe I should have gone for a cool tone instead. Maybe this is one of those foundations that runs a little bit on the yellow side, but I'm not mad at this color. If you don't see my chest, we're good. Depth-wise, it's totally okay. It's just the undertone that is a bit different, but I bought this online, so I wasn't sure, and it says that this was a neutral. So knowing what I know now, I would probably order a cool tone shade for me. As far as the coverage and texture though, I really love the way it looks so far. I know I just applied it, but it has a very natural finish to it, a beautiful medium coverage that you can build up, very lightweight texture. What is not to love, okay? I love it so far. My plan is to post this video today. Later, I'm just going to finish filming and go downstairs to edit. And so what I'll do is I will write in the comment section, the first comment that you'll see pinned is going to be me telling you how the foundation wore all day, because I'm not going to be able to do a wear test today. So far so good, so just check down in the description box if you want to see how it wore throughout the day, if it got dry, if I ended up hating it. I doubt it because it looks like the type of foundation I like, but you never know. For my under eyes, I'm going to start with my Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Color Corrector. I'm going to apply my Armani concealer over top of it. And I'm just dabbing it in with my sponge. Yesterday, I uploaded my video reviewing the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener. And you guys said I should try it on top of concealer because it's a brightener. I was under the impression that it's just meant to be a no makeup look type of product. So it's just not going to have a lot of coverage, and we have to be okay with that. But just for science, I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of my concealer today and see how I like it this way. On my review video, I tried it just on top of a color corrector so that we could see if color corrector and brightener together would be enough coverage, and low-key it kind of is good enough coverage for me. The thing was that it did crease a little bit, and then I also tried it on its own for a no makeup look, and I did also kind of like it that way. It was just a no makeup look, which is definitely not a go-to for me. I feel like I would rather have no makeup on than do a no makeup, especially if it's very minimal. When I put makeup on, I want to look put together, and I feel like sometimes no makeup is just too little for me. Anyways, I tried it like that, and it was a light medium coverage type situation. Also creased a little bit underneath my eyes, but again, I don't hate the product. It performed okay. So today I'm trying it on top of my concealer. This is my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, the tone up one. And with this tatty sponge situation, let me dab some off. I'm going to set all of the products underneath my eyes, which are 3 today. I did my color corrector, I did my concealer, and I did the brightener as well. And I'm going to set the center of my forehead and around my mouth. For bronzer / contour, I want to use my Gucci bronzer today and my REPHR number 37, which I love to use with this bronzer. With this brush, I can be really nice and precise with it. So starting right here on the top of my cheekbone, I'm going to blend towards the mouth area and just buff upwards. I finished applying that Gucci bronzer, and in my waterline, I'm going to use this lavender eyeliner by Glossier. I didn't want to do anything too dark because everything around it is already so dark. So I decided to go for a lighter color for the waterline. And then for my under eyes with my REPHR number 3, I'm going to go to the color Curls here, which is the super dark intense color. And I'm going to make the under eye area really nice and smoky. Alright, so to smoke out my lower lash line, I can't find my REPHR number 13. So I'm just going to get the REPHR number 2 in the color Package. And with the REPHR number 2, I'm just going to run that color Package through the lower edge of that smoky color in order to diffuse it. So just back and forth down here. And now things look really nice and smoky underneath the eye look. And all I'm missing is an inner corner highlighter, and I know exactly what color I want to use for that. I'm going to go back to the color Generous with a REPHR number 28 and dab that color right on the inner corner of the eye. So the eye look is officially finished. Let me go ahead and apply some mascara. Mascara is on, and for lashes, I'm going to open this huge, beautiful box that Ardell sent me. And it is packed with lashes. So let me just pick a pair. There are some wispies in there, which are always my go-tos, but I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try these Light as Air ones. 523 is the number. Lowering it to my eyelid here, right in the center. And then I'm going to secure both ends. I have one more box I want to open, and it's from Boxem. So I'm assuming it's lip product, so I want to see if there's anything in here that I could put on my lips to try today. And they sent 2 holiday kits. So this one is a mascara duo. And then we have the main event right here, which is a plumping gloss set. So let me see what I want to use from here. For lip liner, I'm going to use my Give lip liner in the shade Do Whatever. I do really love the unique shape of the tip of this lip liner from Give. So here's that lip liner applied, and I'm going to use this Buxom gloss on top of it. This is their plumping lip polish and the shade is Sophia. Okay, that's actually really pretty. Love it. For blush, I'm going in with this tinted moisturizer blush from Laura Mercier in the color Coastline. And I'm going to blend it in with my Sonia Kashuk sponge. I just wanted to go for a very natural looking blush that wasn't going to give me much color, because I have all the color I could possibly need in my eyes right now. And this one seemed to do the work. I'm going back with the bronzer brush over it so that they look smooth, blended into each other, because for some reason I felt like this one made things a little patchy, but now I don't see it. I feel like I blended it away nicely enough. Lastly, for highlighter, I'm going to use the Alamar Cosmetics La Costa highlighter for a bit of added glow up here. A bit of setting spray. And so this right here is the finished look. Let me quickly go back over the main products I wanted to focus on in this video and tell you how I feel about them now that I've tried them once. This L'Oreal Prime Lab Redness Reducing Primer definitely didn't convince me. I felt like it made my skin look a little bit too dry. It was patchy in some areas, like it would just dry down in a specific spot and then you couldn't rub it further from there. And so this one I'm not recommending. I'm going to personally try it further since I bought it and see if with different moisturizers or different foundations it works better, but I doubt it because it was just a matter of it drying too fast on my skin. So don't recommend this one, but I will test it further for sure. As far as the L'Oreal True Match Reformulation, I actually really love the way this foundation looks. It gave me the perfect coverage and it has a beautiful natural finish to it. I actually really love the way my complexion overall looks today, and so I can't wait to continue to use this one. Honestly, I do recommend it, and it's a $13 or $14 foundation, so very affordable. It has a ton of shades that you can choose from. You're sure to find your match from this one, and overall, even on my dry skin, it looks like it's performing really well so far. Again, check the comments to see if anything changed by the time I publish this video, but so far I'm really impressed with this one. I'm glad I picked it up. I really liked it. This wasn't going to be one of the main products I talked about, but it ended up being a new favorite. I have to obviously try it further, see how it works on my skin, but I'm going to incorporate it into my nighttime routine starting today because I really loved the way it felt, and it was very interesting to discover this technology that they developed with Harvard. I personally I'm very curious to see how this performs. Along with the Caudalie eye cream, both of these are immediately going to my bathroom vanity so I can incorporate them into my nighttime routine. Of course, I will report back on those later once I've used them for a bit, but I'm definitely very curious / excited to continue to use them. And then lastly, this Glamorous palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. It's a 10 out of 10 product as far as the formulation of the eyeshadows go. The formulas in here are crazy good. The mattes are very intense, very pigmented, and they blend like an absolute dream. I was able to get them to diffuse very nicely. I didn't reach into any other palette in order to create this look, and every single color that comes in this palette is very intense. I am most likely to choose for this palette in the future when it comes to specific shades. I really love the shimmers. I really loved the purpley shades to like darken up looks with. However, I don't think it's a palette that I personally am going to get a lot of use of on its own, because I feel like every look you might be able to come up with when it comes to this palette is going to be very dramatic and colorful like this one is, and this is just not something that I wear on a very regular basis. For today's video, for trying out this palette, I absolutely love the way it came out, and I particularly love the performance of everything, but you guys know I'm a bit more of a neutral, dabbles into color type of person, and so this is intense right here. Do I recommend it? It has an amazing formula, so if you are into this color story or you think you're going to get use out of this palette, I absolutely do recommend it. It is fantastic, and I can't wait to continue to use it, in particular because I can't wait to go back to the shades Dreamy and Generous, maybe in combination with different matte shades to create different, slightly less colorful looks with. I'm thinking it's actually going to be a really fantastic idea to mix the Nearly Natural palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics with this colorful one. I feel like I could probably come up with some really stunning looks if I reach into both of these. Alright, so that is all I have for today's video. I really hope that you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.